Welcome to the Kentucky X-Files, Season 2, with your hosts Dennis Mays, Tyler Stewart, and Josh Gibbs. Don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts, so you never miss an episode. Now, on to our show.
Coming towards me, just crouched down. For me, at first, I thought it was just a footage thing.
I thought it was a bear. You can tell the difference between like a small or spindly leg creature and something with a larger foot. And it was big, whatever it was. It ran straight down at us and it just stopped. And it was pitch black. Couldn't see it.
And most of these witnesses that come close to these things could have been killed.
It was beating on the side of the house. I guess it hit the side of the house as it went by.
Now, when it stood up, that's when I knew it was gone.
Right, like I needed someone to have pure faith in a higher power at that moment, and nobody fucking did.
Welcome back, guys, to your Kentucky X-Files.
I love it.
I feel like the bird just gets more and more depressing each time we do this. Like, I'm, like, upset. Like, I feel bad for the bird.
He wants to fly, man.
Maybe he's tired, man. That bird traveled to another show yesterday.
That's true. Yeah.
His arms are tired.
Yep.
His wing.
We were.
Shut up.
I just think it's hilarious that you made me do that.
I called you out because I'm still like so like I don't understand. Like it's like now it's an iconic thing. Now I can't say that it's an iconic thing because we're not that well known. But I'm just saying it's like it's not going anywhere anytime soon. So I just feel like I just wanted to put you out there. Fucking do it.
Yep. I think it's funny because you for you guys out there listening, we were back on hanging out with Brian from Sasquatch Odyssey last night, and Tyler goes, "Hey, Brian, do you mind if like after you intro us, then he does the bird sound?" And he totally was like, "Oh, he's definitely doing the bird sound." I'm like, "Oh my god, here we go!" Like, god damn it! At least I just didn't do that lazy one from a couple weeks back where I just screamed. I sound like I stepped on a Lego.
Yeah.
I can feel that pain right now.
Uh-huh.
The bottom of my foot hurts now.
Got phantom Lego pain?
Yeah.
I bet everybody listening is going to have phantom Lego pain now.
It's a real thing.
Hopefully they're not driving while they listen. So what we got on the menu for tonight, fellas? What are we looking into?
I know that Josh had something.
Yeah, we have a scientific. My brain just stopped working, and I apologize to you, listeners.
I feel like he was reading something, and we caught him off guard. He's like, "Oh shit, I gotta talk."
I was researching what we're about to talk about.
Yeah.
And because I want to be well versed in it as well as I can.
Yeah.
So that things like that don't happen.
That's the part of the show, baby.
Right.
Yep. That's
so there was
science there.
There was a scientific announcement a couple months back, and unfortunately, I didn't catch it until a couple weeks ago, because you know, bad news in the media or celebrities take precedence over amazing stuff like this for some stupid reason.
Right.
So in a nutshell, a 28,000-year-old woolly mammoth had cells extracted from it, and once they were thawed out and put into another animal's eggs, they showed signs of life.
It's fucking amazing.
Is it not?
Yeah.
So, and to clarify, they didn't just clone a mammoth. When we say they saw signs of life, that means the cells were actually starting to come back to life and move. They weren't able to get cell division, which is what creates life. But they were able to get them to move around, which is unprecedented. You know, this thing went from being a fuzzy doorstop to parts of it being alive again.
Yeah, it's amazing. The mammoth in question was Yucca.
Mm-hmm.
Probably one of the best preserved carcasses of a baby mammoth like ever found. You know, and I know
Right.
you can find the pictures all over the place of it. It is amazing. You know, I found a quote from the doctor that actually did it. I don't know if you guys want to hear that or not.
Absolutely.
It's Dr. Iritani. Hopefully I'm saying it right. But he said, he told CNN, I'd been trying to find dormant mammoth cells for 20 years, but as I am now 90, I thought I should just give up and accept death. I am so happy with this latest research. It feels like Yuka was just waiting for me to find her. That's amazing to me. 90 years old,
really
man.
is.
Dude's 90 years old, and he did that. That's incredible.
I'm glad that he got finally.
Yeah.
He finally found it.
Yeah. Can
Like,
you
at least-
imagine, too, like, all the science now going forward with this is literally his child now. You know what I mean?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's his legacy, man. That's amazing. So cool.
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. You know, and Miyamoto, one of the people involved in the project, he said that he believes that they are still very far away from recreating a mammoth.
Yeah.
Now, I was saying to Tyler when we were on a little break there and you were off AFK, that right there shows you the difference between observers and doers, you know?
Yeah.
Because these guys are like, we are so far away.
Right.
Because they're the doers. We're sitting back and going, holy crap, look how far they've come.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think you even said that they're not far from doing it.
Yeah.
Which, in the grand scheme of things, you think, mammoths were around when King Tut was around.
Yeah.
So these were living creatures while humans were here. They've died out during our existence.
Yeah. Right.
And in the short time, we're starting to see life in the cells of these creatures again.
Yeah.
That to me is just, it's absolutely amazing.
It's mind blowing, in my opinion.
It is.
Yeah.
It's absolutely mind blowing.
It's not even. I know there's some people that I've seen this because I love this topic. I love the idea of de-extinction.
Right.
If it's an animal that we had a part in, the extinction, I think mammoths, we probably can take some responsibility. I mean, if you look at the mammoth migration over the Bering Bridge and all that, you know what I mean? Our migration was right behind them. So it's like,
we had a small part of it, but there was also the fact that, the climate had changed for the worse, so when everything froze over, they literally dehydrated.
Yeah.
That was actually what I was reading on when I got called on in class. Is that's part of it, is that because the water had all froze up, the grass level shrunk, and they basically just dehydrated and died out.
Crazy.
I don't know if I can pronounce this one right. I don't know if this is the same mammoth, but this is one of the most fantastic baby mammoths that were preserved in the Siberian permafrost. Now, how did you pronounce the name, Denny?
Yucca?
Yucca?
Yeah.
Okay, see, I'm reading it Lyuba.
Okay, Lyuba.
Yeah, that's the 28,000, the one with the the cells. It's Yuka. Yuka.
Yeah.
That's
I wonder
what
if
it's
it's the
saying on here.
same animal.
Maybe it's pronunciation, because the one I'm looking at right now, the frozen mammoth calf of Yuba, is still had food in her stomach.
Okay.
And this is on the this is the 2011 baby mammoth that was discovered in this is the one. This is the I don't know if my article and your article's got something mixed up, or if I'm pronouncing it wrong, but click on the link that I sent, and then go about a quarter of a way down the page.
Okay, let me do that right now.
You'll see it in the glass.
Okay, yeah, I'm looking at her. Okay.
See, right, it is right below it. It says the name.
Yeah, yeah.
Luba.
Yeah.
Lyuba.
Lyuba.
I don't speak Russian, so I don't know how they pronounce their ly. You know.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I mean, I'm looking at her. Okay, it says here she died 41,800 years ago. At the age of 30 to 35 days old. She was formerly the best preserved mammoth mummy in the world, the current champion being Yuka. Okay.
Okay, so we've got two different mammoths.
Yeah.
Okay, so Lyuba, however you pronounce it, had food in her stomach.
Okay, yeah.
And that's one of the things that they were able to figure out, their diet.
Yeah, I'm seeing that. Okay. It says here, the fecal matter may have been eaten by Luba to promote the development of intestinal microbacteria necessary for their digestion. Pretty wild.
It's amazing. Just that, if they hadn't discovered her, then all of that information would have been lost to time.
Right, yeah, it's amazing.
You know what I mean? Like, nobody was writing this stuff down.
Right, yeah.
They were more concerned with the herd and the population so they could hunt them and eat them, trying to sustain life.
Yeah, no kidding, yeah. Nobody, I get what you're saying. Nobody was really, I'm looking at all of the specimens right now, like that they've found, the best ones, and it's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
The Yuka Gear mammoth, described as one of the greatest paleontological, oh my God, I'm having a hell of a time saying this, discoveries of all time, as it is revealed that the woolly mammoth had temporal glands between the ear and eye. The well-preserved remains of the Yuka Gear mammoth, such as the foot, shows that the sole of the feet contained many cracks that would have helped gripping the icy surface. It's amazing.
Right.
So cool. This is neat, man. I was looking at, I was reading this article that you sent over, and it pretty much is saying here, like we've all seen Jurassic Park, and a lot of people feel like, hey, man, we shouldn't be bringing stuff back.
Right.
But I think there's a big difference. I think there's a difference here, We even have a site. There's a site ready if this works. You know what I mean?
Right.
And like Jurassic Park is a movie. It's fiction. But the Pleistocene Park is a real place. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a nature preserve just in case.
Right. And there's also a huge difference between giant predatory, lizards basically that were designed to hunt, kill, and eat.
Yeah.
And grazing animals.
Right.
Pretty
wild. I know, like right now in the Pleistocene Park, they've released like entire herds and populations of animals. Obviously, they're not all, they're not de-extinct, but they're there to basically get the ecosystem rolling, right?
Right.
The last animal to be released, and it hasn't been yet, is the Siberian tiger.
Gotcha.
That will be the final animal that they release into it. I mean, barring, a mammoth And it has a list here of animals that they hope to de-extinct to release into the park, right? What's at the top of the list? The woolly mammoth.
Is it the woolly mammoth or the steep mammoth?
It says here, woolly mammoth. Yomira Shimbun reported that the team of scientists from Kyoto University are planning to extract DNA from the mammoth carcass preserved in a Russian laboratory and insert it into the egg of Asian elephants in hopes of creating a mammoth embryo. If the experiment succeeds, the calf would be taken to the park along with others to form a wild population. You guys want to hear what else they're planning on doing this with? This is where it gets a little Jurassic Park. Next up on the list is the cave lion. Probably not a great idea, but hey, do you? It says here, because of the discovery of 2 well-preserved cubs in the Sakha Republic, there's a project that's been ignited to clone the animal.
Yeah, I remember when they found those cubs.
That's wild, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a terrifying critter.
That's what I'm saying. Next up on the list is the steppe bison. I guess that must be from the same area as the mammoth you were talking about.
Yeah, steppe is as a region in Siberia.
Okay, cool.
And the steppe mammoth, that's the reason why I asked, is because everybody kind of puts them all under the same banner as being woolly mammoths, but the actual woolly mammoth was only like a 9-foot tall pachyderm, I guess.
Okay.
The steppe mammoth was like 13 feet tall. It was much, much larger.
Wow. So that's the big boy, huh?
Yeah.
I wonder. I was thinking it was like he was so big, like he'd step on you on accident. Like he's massive.
Like, what are you doing, steppe mammoth?
That's what I was about to say, but I didn't want to say it.
Oh, God. So it says the next animal on their list is the woolly rhino. And
that's cool.
Cool.
Basically the same setup. I mean, I guess they got a preserved rhino they want to try. One of my absolute favorites. And if they do this, I'm buying a ticket. I'm going. The Megaloceros giganticus, the Irish elk.
Nice.
I would really like to see those. I mean, imagine a deer that literally dwarfs a moose. You know what I mean?
Right.
I want to.
Don't they have like a 9 or 10 foot antler span too? Because we're working on that critter for our band logo, aren't we?
Hell yes, love it. I love the Megaloceros. I don't even know why. Like, I don't have a legit reason for why I like this thing so much. I just think it'd be like, I mean, imagine you're sitting in your deer stand. You know what I mean? And the Megaloceros just comes walking out
and knocks you out of your deer stand with its antler.
Accidentally takes you out. Doesn't even notice. It says here the very final animal that so far that they're going to attempt is the cave bear.
Whew.
That's probably.
I'm surprised they're not going for the mastodon.
Dude, I don't. I mean, if you followed much about the mastodon, I actually think the cave bear is a safer bet.
Yeah.
Yeah, like all mastodons have, like, every single skeleton they've ever found has wounds on it from other mastodons, right?
Right.
They've been able to deduce that this thing was not just nasty to its own kind, but there's even wounds on mammoth skeletons. Or I guess from what I understand, mastodons were like a smaller, like way meaner pachyderm. So, I mean, I'm sure somebody's going to be like, yeah, dude, let's totally bring one back. And I just think it's going to be a real bad idea.
Right.
Like, we think Jurassic Park's a terrible, premise, and the mastodon was, like, known for being this, like, colossal dick to everything else around it.
Right.
Sweet band, though.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, am I confusing fiction and reality, but isn't the dire wolf part of that?
Yeah, I was really surprised to see that it wasn't on their list, because they literally have preserved, like, pups.
Right.
And I know that they made a discovery. If I could find it, they made a discovery recently that showed that the dire wolf and the regular wolf actually had they had a lot of differences in their DNA. And I was really surprised by that. Yeah, here it is. Dire wolves were not really wolves. New genetic clues reveal. Okay. It says here the extinct giant canids were a remarkable example of convergent evolution. Right?
Right.
They probably resembled large foxes more than wolves. Think about that for a second.
That's wow.
Yeah.
That would be a giant fox. That would be weird.
Yeah, it's
Because
insane.
foxes are weird because they're like closer related to cats than they are canid, right?
Yeah. Yeah, these are canids. These are like dogs, or you know what I mean, canines.
Right.
You know, dude, I don't know. It says here, I guess the leading doctor that's working on this, Kieran Mitchell. Man, I just feel like I'm butchering everybody's name. It says here that quote, my hunch was that dire wolves are possibly a specialized lineage of or subspecies of what modern day gray wolves are.
Right.
That actually dire wolves, we always kind of look at it as dire wolves came before, but they're finding that might not be the case. That dire wolves might have actually came later. And I think that's pretty wild. You know,
I'm digging through the Pleistocene megafauna right now, and there's a lot of really terrifying things that hung out around that time. So maybe Pleistocene Park isn't the greatest idea.
Dude, imagine the ground sloth. Like that's
what I was
nastiest,
just looking at.
It's the nastiest guy who lived back then.
Yeah, I'm looking literally at a picture of the Jefferson ground sloth and then the giant short-faced bear.
Yeah.
You talking about the what was it, Megatherium?
Megatherium, yeah. Wait a minute. I think Megatherium is in the family. Let me see.
Megalonyx.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. Yeah, Megalonyx is the ground sloth. Megatherium is a close relative. I don't think that Megatherium was quite as nasty. Well, I mean, we don't know, but still.
So we could get some glyptodons. Those things look cool.
I don't think I've seen
Glyptodons?
Yeah, they're like giant armadillos.
That'd be pretty cool.
I thought that was a Doedicurus.
Not the picture I'm looking at. It says glyptodon.
How do you spell that?
Glyptodon.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. Let's see. What family do they have here? Wow. Interesting. Yeah. That would be cool to see.
Yeah, it's like a Volkswagen Beetle with a tail.
Could you imagine like having one and like having a little saddle on him? You just like
you have to ride them.
Like,
Did you guys play
ride
Ark
him
before we started recording?
No, but I mean, could you imagine like riding him? And he's like probably not interested in going anywhere you want. So he's just wandering around, and you're just like along for the ride. It says here that Tyler, you actually were pretty close to the mark. The closest relative to the Glyptodon was the Doedicurus, yes. So they were in the same family. I was curious about that. I'm like, dude, they're so similar.
I just found another species of giant sloth, and I think it's even more terrifying.
Which one?
Maclura pomifera.
His name sounds fucking terrible.
No, I think the one terrible thing to clone would be the Therizino.
That was a dinosaur.
Well, wait, I thought we were just talking about anything to clone.
Gotcha,
I thought you were talking.
Yeah, I don't know the way they depict it, the Therizino on everything. It's like, yeah, I don't want anything to do with that. I was thinking you were going to say Daedon.
A Daedon? Oh.
I mean, think about that, dude.
Yeah.
Do we really need like gigantic hell pigs running loose in the world?
We already have like giant fucking hogs roaming around the areas, destroying everything.
Dude, look at this picture I sent you guys. I mean, this
right.
You know what I mean? Like, I just don't think we should ever.
No.
Even if we
no,
find a preserved one.
we know what small hogs do.
Yeah. Could you imagine
just looking
this
at-
thing? Like
I'm looking at this Dinotherium right here, and that looks like one nasty fella.
Dinotherium. Oh, I found him.
It's
Okay.
it's like if you took a mastodon and the singer of Disturbed, and they had a baby.
David Draven?
Yeah.
It's terrible that as soon as I saw it, I just can't not think of the song. Wah! Dude, wow.
That's pretty accurate, right? I felt like that was
In the
on
tapir
point.
family. Wow, that's interesting.
It's just, a giant tapir with downward facing tusks.
Tapirs, dude, tapirs are like the weirdest little animal. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
their face, like that face just gets me. I wonder if they know. I wonder if they're like, God damn it. You know what I mean? Look at my face,
Right.
man. It's pretty wild here.
Yeah, see, the bad part is when you look at stuff like this up, you get so much like video game crap
Yeah.
that, there has to be lore for everything now. So there's like video game stuff, and I'm like, is that an artist rendering of something that actually existed?
Yeah.
Or is it from some video game?
Crazy, man. It's so cool, though. I mean, I can only imagine, like, what this means, though. I mean, with the scientists actually getting living cells to work. I mean, now everybody who's working on a different project all over the world that's like this is going to be like, okay, here we go. That's a step. That's a big step. And I can only imagine. Some place is working on resurrecting something, that we don't want.
Oh, they're doing it without talking about it too.
Yeah.
They're not going to come out and say what they're doing.
Yeah.
Until it's too late.
Yeah, it even says here that, 2021, scientists have already sequenced the DNA of a direwolf. You know what I mean? It's like, come on, man.
Right.
What are we doing?
Yeah.
Do you think that they'll do like what they did in Jurassic Park? Do you think they would get any of these creatures and weaponize them? Do you think that's something that you think people are out there doing?
I don't
right
know,
now?
man.
Like just like the whole depiction, like especially in Jurassic World, they were wanting to control a raptor. Think about like just as in a military perspective, just drop a cage full of raptors in an enemy area. That's
I don't
like
know.
it sounds pleasing because like, hey, I don't have to sneak in or anything. I just let these killing machines loose.
Right. I mean, dude, what's the one? The Thylioco or whatever? Thylochelio? Or I can't pronounce
The
it.
bear cat thing?
Yeah, the climby bear cat.
Yeah, climby kitty.
Climby kitty cat, yeah. I mean, dude, think of that thing.
Yeah.
I mean, that's terrifying. And it's not even that, you know what I mean? It's not even as big as depicted.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, don't get me wrong, there was a bigger one. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that would be our luck, is they would find the DNA of the big one. Let's clone this. I just sent you guys a picture. That one all the way to the right is the nasty one.
Ugh.
So it's a bear tiger that climbs.
Oh yeah.
So it not only can get you on the ground, but he can get you. You're like, oh, I'm gonna climb this tree and get away. He's like, no.
Oh, so that is actually in a way. Is that the one all the way to the left on that bottom picture? Is that it looks like the Tasmanian devil.
Yeah.
Tiger. Tasmanian tiger.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the cartoon. My bad.
The devil was an animal.
It
but
was.
They're still around.
Yeah, they're still here.
Oh yeah, isn't that the little kind of hedgehog looking thing?
Yeah, kind of like a hedgehog or like a brown possum, like a black possum.
Okay, yeah.
Fun fact:
Tasmanian tiger,
this species, that one all the way to the right there that I sent, strongest bite of any mammal species, living or extinct.
How would they? I had to ask. How could they know that? Is it just the way if they've actually found like a skeleton structure of it?
Yeah.
Like how the jaw.
That's how they know right there.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Look how the size for the mandible.
What the heck is the teeth?
He's like Jay Leno. I mean, like all the way.
Jay Leno.
It's like the jaw of doom.
Yeah. He has probably the highest bite pounds per square inch in a human.
Okay, so should we resurrect Jay Leno in like 12,000 years? Or is it too dangerous?
No, because then like his car collection will just come back.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
When he goes, at least those cars all go to new owners. Well, they'll probably be in a museum.
But I'm still like, what is up with these teeth?
It says here that the teeth were specially okay, so I'm going to use this term very, very loosely. Specially designed and evolved to crush or sever a spinal cord, windpipe, or any other major blood vessel organ.
See, it basically didn't have like rows of teeth. It just had.
Yeah.
It looks like it only has like 5, maybe 6 teeth.
Yeah. It says here that. Oh, good.
But they're giant.
It's a freaking guillotine for a jaw.
Yeah.
That's insane.
It says here that
it has the jaws of life.
A modern African lion can take up to 15 minutes to kill a large catch, right? It says the marsupial lion could have killed that same large animal in probably less than a minute. They would be able to puncture straight in and through the skull. That's a lot of that's some power.
That's terrifying.
Yeah.
And I'm just okay. Come on, like it's cool. Yeah, let's bring it back. Like they're like old animals, see it, but we don't know how these animals are going to react or anything. Even the woolly mammoth, it is such. It's terrifying. Like because it's going to contemplate its own existence, and it's probably going to just start eating people, not knowing. It's like, oh yeah, I'm a vegetarian.
Well, you know what though? That's not far from. Yeah, I mean you're not far off there because this animal is going to come into existence from nowhere, basically. There's no established pack waiting to learn from. There's no, you know what I mean? So it's going to come in with like a clean slate of instinct to start working on.
Mm-hmm. So it would literally have to make its own set of rules, its own, like.
It would have to start.
Unless okay, I keep bringing this up, and I've said it before, if it's like, because there's always that instinct that's always built in everybody, because like, okay, I brought it up like a while back, a long time, like a couple episodes back, but remember that day that you were telling me about Max and his water bowl? It was freezing outside.
Oh yeah.
He literally jumped up and cracked the ice.
Yeah, he broke it.
He broke it so he could get it. So he could get it, and you're astonished because like, okay, that's a normal thing that while like wolves do and other animals, I know I've seen like bears like polar bears to get down under the water if they're looking for prey and stuff, but you never taught him that.
No.
Why would he do that?
That's exactly what I said when I saw him do it. I was like, I didn't teach you that. Where did you get that from? You know.
So like that's another thing too. Is like, would it somewhat know its lineage? It's like it's life, but splicing it with you, we would definitely have to splice it with some other type of DNA. Would it kind of combat it on both ends? Being part woolly mammoth and part, they used a mouse cell, mouse egg.
Yeah.
So that's what I would have been weirded out too. We would get this I would say mouse size, but it would probably be a dog size woolly mammoth, fully grown. Because like, what don't you think like it would combat it, like the being a mouse egg? It would dwarf the woolly mammoth.
Do you guys remember I'm probably, I don't know, this is probably a one-off, but do you remember the Looney Tunes cartoon where the mouse was getting chased by the cat and there was like a kangaroo or something that was loose and he kept thinking that the kangaroo was a giant mouse?
Yes, I remember that. It was Tom and Jerry, wasn't it?
Was it?
Yeah.
Freaking awesome. That's all I could think of when he was saying that was this giant, like, kangaroo-sized mouse that's just beating the shit out of everybody.
Yeah.
He's tired of it. His people have been eaten by cats for years. It's time to turn the tables.
Turn the tides.
And that's what drives us to have to make the pouch lion, the marsupial lion, to take it down. Take the super mouse out.
I love that name, pouch lion.
Yeah, they call it a pouch lion or a marsupial lion. Pretty wild, man.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So
even though they're not really lions, they're not even like they're not cats at all. That's the best part about them. The Thylines were they're not even like they're not even related to cats at all. You know what I mean?
It's kind of like
I'll say, but yeah.
It's kind of like the hyenas. The hyenas, you would, at first glance, you would like, okay, that looks like a dog or like some type of like fox or something on crack or more meth.
It's weird because, I mean, this thing went from the most startling, powerful bite carnivore, and its living descendants are koala bears and wombats. I mean,
well, okay, we said
crazy?
this about the T-Rex. The T-Rex is like has the most closest living relative is the chicken.
Yeah, jungle fowl. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's I could see that happening. Like, but it's weird. Like, would that be de-evolution in a way?
Yeah,
like,
I don't know. I guess. I mean,
like his your ancestors are like these giant like reptile styles creatures, but now I'm just a chicken that's stuck in a fence.
You know what, though? To the jungle fowl's credit, I have read that they are mean as shit. Like, you know, like the people who live where these things still live, they don't revel, or you know what I mean? Like they're not like celebrating these birds at all. They're like, oh God, here's another one. Like I guarantee they like kill these things as soon as they see one. You know what I mean? Like they are like super aggressive. And you know, I mean it right there, you know, all chickens on earth come from these birds. So, you know, you got an aggressive Rhode Island red rooster, well, that's because he's in touch with his inner jungle fowl.
Yeah.
And wants to take it out on somebody.
I tell you what, man, I'm looking through all kinds of stuff on all this, and they had a lot of different kinds of giant hogs.
Oh yeah.
And not a single one of them looks like Wilbur. I mean, they are all just nasty, mean-looking beasts.
Right. What is it? Dinohyus? I can't remember. I'm probably off on this. We'd have to look it up, but it was like a giant pig. Killer pig or whatever.
Yeah, look at some of those guys right there.
All right. Oh, wow. Yeah.
There's a few of them in there.
It's crazy, man. And we want to bring this shit back. You know what I mean?
Right.
We want to bring it back. You know, I don't know. Part of me is like, dude, this is super cool. Do it. You know, but the other part of me is like, I don't know, we should.
Yeah, like the Daeodon. That thing is taller than a human.
Uh-huh.
It's just enormous. There's no need for it.
And you know that as soon as it sees a human, it's going to be like, I'm taller than you.
Wow, look at this thing. I don't even know what it is because I don't have anything to tell me what it is.
Oh.
But Judas Priest, look at that thing.
Yeah, I have no idea what the hell that is.
It doesn't even look. I mean, it looks made up, but I know
Yeah.
it's not because I've seen it on like Prehistoric Animal Planet.
Woolly
videos.
mammoth.
Huh? All I heard was woolly mammoth.
Yeah,
My
that's what I
bad.
heard. I don't know what the hell that thing is.
It's crazy. And yeah, the idea of the Deodon, like literally, we got feral hogs all over the United States.
Ah, I figured out what it's called. It's Gorgonopsia.
Okay, the name alone should be like on the no-no list.
Right.
On
Yeah,
the
it says
no-no list.
Nopes. It says Nopes right in it. N-O-P-S. Nopes.
Yeah, it literally tells you don't do it.
Nope. Don't do it.
Saber-toothed therapids lived 252 million years ago. Wow.
Yeah. Weird.
I don't. Yeah, I was reading this as I read it out loud. That's why I said clone woolly mammoth. I don't know if you guys saw this in your
Proto-mammals.
things.
That's weird. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was reading this. Apparently, Colossal Biosciences, founded in 2021, is a biotech company that has public stated that the project cloning a woolly mammoth, combining its genes with a Asian elephant DNA, is publicly started that it is intended to be completed by completed the project by 2027.
Wow.
So they're in the process. So at least they're not doing mixing it with mouse stuff, because unless that would be cool. You could have a pet like dog-sized woolly mammoth. That'd be cool. Like, come on, Fido.
Little pygmy
Dude,
mammoths.
Dude, think
Hey, I mean,
about the
wife's
shit
got
that you would
pygmy
have to
goats.
pick up.
I could get down on this.
Like, think about the shit that you would have to pick up out of like somebody's yard.
Right?
That would suck.
Boy, the old farmer that lives close to us that sells us hay, he'd probably be super pissed at me. Like, yeah, man, I'm pretty much gonna need all of it. Like, what? Why? Mini mammoths. You know how it is.
Yeah.
Just crazy. Says here that they were funded with like literally they raised $60 million to get this going. The project you're talking about.
Dang.
And you can literally invest. That's
I wish
wild.
I can give them $5.
Right? I don't know
Like,
how
I'm
much
totally
of a mammoth that'll
like,
get you, but
yeah, I know. If it at least gives me like, hey, can I get a picture? It would be like one of those like brochures, like when you send in like $20, you get a T-shirt and a blanket.
yeah. Okay, here's their
I want
website.
at least a T-shirt and a blanket. Of the woolly mammoth.
Colossal.com is their website. And if you take a look at their website, dude, it looks like Jurassic Park. Like, it literally, they've designed it where it's like, yeah, dude, we're doing this. We're doing this.
Yeah, we're and then probably their founder is named John Hammonds.
Spared no expense.
Very no expense. The next voice you hear is Richard Kiley. Very no expense.
Of course, there'll be all kinds of music right here. Boom, 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 boom.
Boom, boom.
Yeah,
Oh God!
Here's the thylacine. They want to bring back the Tasmanian tiger. That's pretty. It's pretty bold. It's a bold statement. Nobody gives a shit about the dodo bird. You know what I mean? we're like, oh man, the Tasmanian tiger, dude, it's awesome looking. It's a little tiger dog with stripes.
The only
you know,
thing-
the dodo bird we literally beat to death. Everybody's
Yeah.
like, fuck them things.
And apparently they tasted good too.
Oh, you know they did because there's fucking none of them around.
Right.
Well, you gotta understand too. That was easy meal though.
Yeah, because they
Like,
had
they're
no fear of
stupid.
humans.
Yeah, they were stupid. Like, they had no fear. So, like, that's why they were dead. Like, dead. They had why?
Oh,
Like, yeah,
God,
they might have.
dude. Let me
at
paint a
least had
picture
this-
here. All right, you're on a ship, right? And you're running aground. This is the worst scenario, right? It's just you and your crew, and it's like, oh God, dude, we're gaining water. We're gonna have to put her on the shore. We got to get her up out of the water so we can do repairs. Captain, I mean, we're gonna starve to death. You get up, you get the ship up there. You're like, okay, well, at least we got land to work with here. You know, we might have to work fast because we're running out of food. And this giant turkey-sized bird just comes walking up to you like, blah, 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 blah. And you're like, okay, we're good. And you
We're
literally
totally
just
good.
like punch it in the face, and it just dies. And you're cooking that thing like 20 minutes later.
Right.
Yeah, dodo bird, man. It's like the fainting goat of that era.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good explanation.
Honestly, though, Dave really blew my mind when he told me about like the purpose of the fainting goat. When you got, I think you guys were like laying it out for me, and I was mind blown.
Right.
Because it was like, really? Okay, this makes sense. You put a fainting goat with the rest of the herd, so if something comes off of the hills and wants to eat something, your fainting goat is basically it's your patsy.
It's your scapegoat.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Yeah. But it's
That's
so
the-
much better
Is
than
that
what
the
I was
only
thinking.
reason why they made fainting goats?
I guess.
I don't know if it's 100% true, but it makes sense.
It does.
It does. It makes so much sense, but that's terrible.
You know, like morbid.
So he's
but very
so
logical
in
way.
retrospect, his whole existence is just to be bait.
Yeah.
And he doesn't know it.
Here's you guys a picture of a fainting goat in his natural environment. He's laying there fucking asleep. Like,
Stiff leg and everything.
this sucks. Dude. Oh my God, yeah. It's just crazy though, because even here it's like it's technically it's a mutation that causes a muscle stiffness, right? But it literally goes on to say that, like everything else, us humans were like, you know what, we can fucking use this.
You know, I wonder if it's that or if we're just so absurd that we bred this into them for our amusement.
I can definitely get down on that because I wanted to have a herd of them and giant beach balls and literally go bowling. Just roll this giant beach ball at them and they fall down, and then you like write down how many, you know what I mean? How many fell down, and then when they get up, that's the reset. So it's like, I mean, imagine if you got a strike, dude. It'd be like phenomenal. This is why I'm never going to be allowed to have any.
Yeah, it's terrible.
It is.
Well, oh God.
Yeah. Freaking hilarious, dude. The fainting
Well,
goat.
I wanted to tell you this, guys. This is pretty old, and you guys probably have heard of it, but I thought it was really pretty unique.
All right.
Okay, here. Where is the actual article? Okay, a farmer in Michigan.
Yeah.
He was with his neighbor. He was installing a drain pipe in one of his farm fields.
Okay.
As they were digging, they thought like the backhoe hit something. They thought it was an old fence post, but after digging more through it, they found 20% of a woolly mammoth. Like they found a skull, 2 tusks, ribs, and vertebrae.
Oh, that's awesome.
So, and I actually found, I think the History Channel did a documentary on it. Apparently, they they came and they dug it all up, and they said that they found these they assumed that this might have been a creek bed or something, and they think that this was actually like because they say you normally don't just find just these pieces scattered in the area, so they said that this was a kill, and they were like people left it there and they'll come back later for fresh meat because to keep it cool and fresh, to actually preserve it. And because they said that they found these certain type of boulders, I guess that back then people used to basically crush bones and sever limbs.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty
freaking
wild.
Awesome. I could imagine finding one.
Yeah.
That'd be so cool. I know it's like if you found one, the temptation to just like sell it, would be so big. But god damn it, I'd love to have a mammoth like just hanging over my door.
Yeah, right.
Like 12-foot long tusks just reaching out, welcoming guests. Like, come on in. Yeah, that's my mammoth. No big deal.
Yeah, what's up?
I sent you guys a picture of the dodo island, and you can see the little dodos and the guy getting ready to hit one with the butt of his gun.
They didn't even waste ammunition.
Yeah, it's terrible. Yeah, it literally says here on the dodo that it was because they had no fear of humans, so they were just walking right up to people. That's terrible. Yeah, man. I've heard of that stuff though, Ty, about finding skulls and stuff, like that. When people are like plowing and stuff, so cool. Especially if you found a mammoth, man, it'd be awesome. I remember hearing years ago that they were like offering big money for anybody in Kentucky who could find any pieces of the allosaur, because it was supposedly the allosaur lived here somewhere, and this would be like the highest probable place to find one. I always thought that was cool. My dad used to do a lot of digging too in the back hill, with his bulldozer and shit. So I was always like watching like a hawk, like I'm like, Dad, if you see anything weird, yell for me. He's like, yeah, okay. We're not gonna find a dinosaur.
He's stupid. It's like, thanks, Dad.
Thanks, Dad. So I know we're like up on like 50 minutes here, but I got this thing I've been thinking about, okay, for a couple of days. I wanted to spring this one on you, okay? It's kind of like a game, all right? All right, so we talk about all kinds of cryptids, right? So the question is, what cryptid do you think you could beat in a fight if it attacked you? Okay? And how would you do it? Like, what would be your strategy? That's the question.
That is a good question.
No cryptids off limits here. It could be anything.
Tyler, you want to go first?
I don't know. I'm trying to think of all the. I'm just trying to think of any of. Know what? I'm gonna throw this in there. I think I could beat the dog man because I don't believe.
Shit.
I don't think it's what we think it is. So I think I think I could take it because I feel like it's not what we think it is.
I mean, what if we're right and it's a kangaroo? Kangaroos are tough as shit.
I don't know. Yeah, they are tough as shit. Maybe not.
Or what if it is a baboon?
Or I could be completely fucking wrong. It is a fucking, what do we call it? A canine Homo sapien or something, and it's a fucking massive fucking werewolf looking thing, and it just beats the shit out of me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you gotta pick your cryptid smart. I got mine already. Like, I'm ready for this.
I want to say, what was those things? Little pygmy little things.
They look like Vikings. Yeah, the little pygmy Vikings. Yeah, those.
I think I might be able to, but they do say they shoot arrows poisonous arrows.
Yeah, so you
I
gotta
don't
contend
know.
with that, yeah.
So you gotta contend. I feel like I could if there's not that many, I could outsmart at least one.
So,
But it
yeah, it's a tough one, man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Right? I mean, I got a little list of ones I think are just off the table because, okay, so if you consider the Wendigo cryptid, then that's off the table. Like, I just don't think that's possible. Like, if he's out there, it's, you're not beating that one.
Right.
I think Bigfoot, if we're talking hand to hand, I think it's no way. Just too much power,
No, an orangutan is a quarter of the size.
Yeah.
And still 5 times to 10 times stronger than we are.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with like the Flatwoods Monster.
Okay. Flatwoods Monster. Can you remind us on this one?
And my theory on this one is because I can't fly, so I can't beat up Mothman.
Okay. Fair.
I'm not built for speed, so anything that can run fast has got me.
Okay. Yeah.
The Flatwoods Monster just kind of existed, didn't it? It wasn't really threatening or anything. They just seen it, right?
I can't really remember this one.
I'm looking it up right now if I can, because if I remember right, it kind of looks like a Christmas decoration in a green dress.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, this one.
It's like a gas pump wearing a green cloak.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I can see this one. Yeah. Right on.
So far, like everything I remember about it, I believe that it's just been sighted.
Yeah.
I don't believe that it actually caused any problems.
Gotcha.
It's got a stink. I can handle a little stink. I'll be okay.
Yeah.
I
mean, it doesn't look like it would be like dreadfully tough. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it might. You never know. It could be a sleeper. You know what I mean? It could just be waiting for that guy to try him.
I don't know, man. Look at them spindly little arms.
Right.
I feel like I've got a fighting chance against the Flatwoods Monster.
Yeah.
Because it's by itself. So, like the Hutchinsville aliens, there was multiple of those. The goblins.
Right.
The goblins. Dogman is, it's either A, a vicious carnivore, or B, a bush.
Yeah. Right.
Bigfoot would obviously be entirely too strong.
Yeah. I feel like that one's just out.
Yeah. Are we talking hand-to-hand combat, or are we talking
I guess so, because it's like,
Because I'm a pretty decent marksman.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't say that we could keep guns. God.
Yeah, I guess I was
Or a
thinking more
grenade.
like it just springs out on you, just
Right.
randomly, and you got to kind of just decide right then if you're gonna fight or run. You know what I mean?
Right. So yeah, I'm sticking with that one because I can't fly, so
Yeah.
I can't defeat any of the flying ones. I can't run fast, so I can't do any of that.
Yeah.
Brute strength, any of the ones are much stronger than humans, and then I can't swim, so Nessie's out.
Right.
So I'm sticking with Flatwoods Monster.
Puckwudgies, that's what it was.
Puckwudgies.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I always said it was like a puckwudgie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
What about you, Denny? Let's hear.
Mine-
Let's hear because you've always prepped.
I'm prepped a little bit on this. I'm choosing the Loveland Frogman.
Okay.
I feel pretty confident. Like I feel like I could take him.
Yeah,
But-
because he's only like 4 foot tall, isn't he?
Yeah, he's like 4 foot tall. Well,
It's
the
size
only
of like a
like-
child.
but he's like a frog, so he's going to be a little slimy. You know what I mean? So I don't think like grappling is going to work. Like I feel like he'd just get out of it. You know what I mean?
He's like greased up deaf guy
yeah. I think it's
from Family Guy.
You want like
Right.
you want to like frog gigging? Get like a little trident thing, like poke it.
Well, I kept thinking like, okay, so I got to start the attack, right? I got to get the offensive. I got to go for it, right? So this would have to be like the frog jumps out and he's like, blah, 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 right? And I got to be like, okay, here we go. And I just sock him one right in the mouth. And then I start backing up, right? My thought is that the farther he is from water, the more advantage I'm going to have.
But if it's actually a frog man, What if he shoots his tongue at you, man?
There is that chance, but he's really little, so I'm hoping I can keep dragging him if he does that. If he tries to like get me, you know.
Let's put it in perspective, though, that like some frogs can jump 8 to 10 feet when they're only like 6 to 8 inches long.
Yeah.
Right.
Probably like
so
20 feet.
If you get a 4-foot frog, that's going to grow exponentially, you know?
That is true, yeah. So, I don't know, man. I just feel like, I just, out of everything, I was like, I think I can fight a frog.
Okay.
I think I could.
Saying,
I mean, it'd be tough,
another,
you know?
You're not taking in consideration if that frog knows, like, martial arts or something.
Well, I mean, he's not a Ninja Turtle. I mean, that I know of.
I'm just saying, he could be. Have you ever heard of battle frogs?
That is true.
That was battle toads, wasn't it?
Battle toads, yeah.
Battletoads.
Toads aren't frogs, so technically Denny's safe here.
Okay, sorry, we're being got all the technicalities out here.
Here's an estimate. Here's a picture with like an estimate on his size. So I will admit that he's right in line with some tender bits. You know what I mean?
Just talk right at your junk.
I'm willing to accept that he's right there where he could, you know, possibly get the advantage. I'm just hoping that I can lure him away from the water, because I feel like if I was in the water with him, then I feel like he's got me, like hands down.
I don't appreciate this scale when it says clearly right above it that he's roughly 4 feet tall. Does that mean that little guy in the shadow there is an 8 foot tall human waving at us?
Yeah, that's probably yeah, you're probably right. Shit.
So okay, if he's 4 foot tall, he's going to be above your belly button, but still, I mean,
yeah, he's still right there. I mean,
he's still right there.
A solid slap would be enough to probably put me down.
Especially a creature that can jump like 35 feet in a single bound. Imagine what his kick is like.
Oh, yeah, I didn't think about his kick. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I might lose anyway. I mean...
Or, another thing, too, is how big his mouth is.
Yeah.
He might just, like, jump up and swallow you whole.
See, I
was
thought
thinking
of that,
too.
But I'm like, okay, frogs don't usually have teeth, right? They try to swallow everything whole. So I thought, well, if he doesn't have teeth, at least I could like kind of try to fight back a bit.
Like punch his innards while you're like being
like try to punch his innards.
Just,
so I think the safest bet is to just always carry like a pound of salt in my like pocket or something. And just like as soon as he pocket salt. As soon as he like as soon as he like tries to swallow me, I just reach in my pocket and I open the salt real quick and dehydrate his ass from inside.
It's
there's
but sound
flaws.
logic.
Yeah, I mean
it's sound logic.
I feel like
have you considered writing a book?
I mean I could.
Denny versus the Loveland Frog Man.
I mean, just fighting, fist fighting cryptids in general. It's,
fist fighting cryptids?
Is this the KYX guide to fist fighting cryptids?
I think that this is something we should work on, yeah.
We could start a channel. It's like, remember Celebrity Deathmatch?
Yeah.
We do the whole clay things, and we just find celebrities to fight cryptids.
Yeah.
Or random people.
I'm down.
I'm in on this. I'm just saying, there's so many that are stacked against us here. Okay, like you said, Mothman can't fly. How are you going to fight him, Chupacabra, maybe, but, I mean, he's still a nasty little bastard, right?
Yeah. He's going to suck your blood.
Yeah.
The hide behind, it disappears if you look at it.
Yeah, hide behind. Dude, that's not even going to be a fair fight, because he's just going to pop out and smack you in the back of the head every time you know what I mean?
Right.
And we already said Bigfoot.
Yeah,
you
Bigfoot.
Guys keep fucking saying that I could take him.
I think you could catch him off guard. I mean, after you catch him off, I think you can tilt him. That's what I think. I don't know if you could like take him, but I'm pretty confident if you got your momentum, I believe you could probably tilt him.
I was just about to say, I just felt like that whole thing. I just feel like you're just trying to psych me up. You guys in the back of your head, like you want to be good friends. Like, yeah, you can take him. You can take him.
Yeah, you got this.
Hey, I don't think you can take him.
I mean, just think that if you did, like if you went running at him and just boom took him out in the middle and he fell over, dude, you'd be like, I'm a man. I'm a man's man.
I'm a man.
You know what I mean? I don't know.
But I feel like your strategy versus the Frogman it's pretty sound. Like, yeah, there's some flaws in there.
Yeah.
But I have no real strategy going against a Pukwudgie. I really do feel that I'd probably lose that fight, and I'll be in the middle of like some wooded area on like what I don't know what they're called, like the little roasting things, and they're roasting me. Yeah, like a little spindle.
Yeah.
And they're just like rubbing like berries and stuff on me, like this. He's gonna taste nice,
right? They're just setting up their barbecue.
Yeah, they're setting up to the Tyler barbecue.
Dude, I mean, in all honesty, like, what about the Pope Lick, the goat man?
Yeah.
I mean, what are you gonna do with that? You know, I mean, he's a goat, dude. They're built for fighting.
That's true.
Unless he's a fainting goat.
Oh, dude, you know what? That is true. What if he is a fainting goat and it's all bluff?
Are we making puns now?
So
the Billy Goat bluff. I mean,
like,
come on.
Hey,
like he pops out on you and you're like, oh my god, it's the goat man. But then you're like, wait a minute, and he just falls over.
He's like stiff, like,
and he falls over, and you're like, oh my god, it fucking worked.
I don't know. I think I found another cryptid we could take.
What's that?
The jackalope.
Oh yeah, we could. Dude, we'd mess him up.
He wouldn't even stand a chance.
Shit, no, dude.
What's the heck's the jackalope again?
Just a jackrabbit and an antelope.
Oh, I totally forgot that thing.
Dude, I could just see it. It's just sitting there looking at us like, what are you guys doing here? You know what we're here for.
We're rolling up our sleeves about to beat the shit out of this thing.
It's time to scrap jackalope.
That actually reminded me, when I was a kid, I always went to this, my dad always took me to this like barber shop.
Yeah.
And it's just one dude, like, he was in like this random place, and I always wondered what the fuck that thing, like, it was a rabbit with antlers. I was like, what the hell is that thing?
That's it.
And I was like, what the hell is that thing? And I was like, did you kill that? And every time, like, he's like, yeah, I killed it. Yeah, that's that. Yeah, I stuffed it and stuff. And my dad always, like, went along with it. And then finally, like, years later, he finally told me that it's not real.
Was it like, how long ago? Was it like a week ago or two?
It was probably a week ago.
He finally confessed. All right, guys. You think we should let them have their day? I'd like to hear what cryptids that you listeners would fight if you think you can take them.
Right? Yeah, I want to know.
Protect your junk.
What they can beat up, and give us reasons why we would win or lose versus the ones that we said.
Yeah, definitely. I want to hear it, dude. I know. I mean, probably the Frogman would scare the shit out of me. I'd end up losing just because of fear. But still, I think I could take him. I don't know. I'm definitely not the Yeti though. Remember the Yeti?
Oh,
yeah. That's too tough. I mean, that's just too tough. I mean, he rips people apart.
So, side note, did you get any of that stuff from Brian? Music.
I did not. No.
Okay, well, I guess this will be on another thing, but I keep wanting to make sure people know it. Hey, if you got music, send it to us. Play it on the end of the show.
Yep.
Oh, we don't have a song for the end of this one?
We don't. No, we don't have any music.
That's terrible.
Yep. It's a bummer. So I usually just stick something in it. But
yeah.
People need to send us some music. Send us more stuff.
Yeah, send us music.
We need to get more of our stuff together.
I know.
And rate and comment on the show and stuff and do all that fancy stuff because it helps.
Yeah. Send us $1,000.
I hate it. No.
Have we got a dirty penny in any dog pictures yet?
Not even one. No.
I'm a little upset at our listeners. Send me a picture of your dog.
He wants to see your dog, damn it.
I love dogs, man.
I know.
Nobody doesn't want to see your dog.
We love dogs. Real good boys and girls.
All of them. Real good boys.
Okay.
All right. Well, you guys out there enjoy your day. Take care of each other. And in the future, too, keep an eye on us. Let us know if we do anything dumb, all right?
I guess.
You get 2 kisses.
2 Kiss Monday.
2 Kiss Monday.
See you guys.
There's an owl out there hanging around, and he's calling my number for sure. I can't remember if I said any last words, because the day before was a blur. They buried the old man about a week ago, and I wouldn't shed a tear if I could. You see, we didn't see eye to eye, him and me, until he closed his eyes for good. An old witch told me one time, a dark thing follows you, my son. You'll live 100 nights searching for hell, and all of your days by the gun. Beware the good times in your life, they just hide the bed for a while. That feeling you hide behind the tears and the pain is the reason that you can't smile. So here I sit, imagining the end, the path that's been laid out for me. I'm all alone with the terrible thought of drowning in Poseidon's sea. There's an owl out there hanging around, and he's calling my name for sure. He's calling to me, and he's flapping his wings.